Guys, I have been creating content on my YouTube channel around Instagram for as long as I can remember. And I think that this video is super important and appropriate because it's time to go over some of these outdated Instagram tips that we have all heard. Instagram is a evolving platform. You are an evolving creator. If you're new to our channel, welcome. On this channel, I like to talk to the creators and help them build their businesses, help them understand not only social media tips, but how to be a better creator in the sense of how to make this into a business full time, right? And I think giving social media advice is something that a lot of creators in our community come to me for, but it's also important that we all learn together and grow with the times, move with the times. So in today's video, I'm going to go over 10 really outdated Instagram tips that I hope you're still not doing. And if you are, you're going to stop because I truly believe that they can be hurting your growth and your credibility as a creator. So without further ado, let's go in. Wait, actually, there is further ado. Make sure you hit subscribe to this channel before I continue. Especially if you're a creator that is interested in all things creator and influencer marketing, hit that little subscribe button and that bell to be notified on videos that we produce weekly. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's just jump in. So the first tip and the biggest outdated tip I think you're going to see on Instagram is this idea of the perfect feed and the perfect aesthetic and perfection in general. So let's deconstruct that. What does that mean? So I think we have seen Instagram's feed throughout the years transform, right? In the very beginning, you were seeing these perfectly curated feeds. Some were even color coded. I don't know if you guys remember, but seeing feeds that had like different color palettes throughout the feed, or they would even spell things out, you know, mysteriously using all different photos. I think those days are completely gone on Instagram. Every single thing that you post now actually matters, right? So you're not going to want to be posting a photo of some mysterious something just because it adds to the feed. I think that this is not very relevant anymore on this platform, and it actually clogs up the feed and people don't like to see it when they see it come on their feed. So that's first. And secondly, just the idea of perfection in general. We're seeing so much more natural style content come onto the platform, and I think TikTok is the one that really inspired this movement. You're seeing on Instagram a really popular trend right now are photo dumps, right? Where people are just dumping photos of a moment. Maybe it's a trip or an event that they were at, or a week or a year, whatever. It's photo dumps. We're seeing all these carousel photos that are, again, not perfect, not highly edited, and not super, you know, artistic in that sense. Now, am I saying post whatever? Who cares about the feed? Like, you know, let's be all over the place. Absolutely not. Okay. I still think Instagram is a portfolio for many creators. I think brands go on it and quickly know if they want to work with you, but I don't think that now the idea of having this like really, really intense aesthetic, is going to make or break you. And also it really depends on your niche, right? Like there are now accounts that it does not matter what your feed looks like. Like if you're a comedy account or a meme account, you know, we don't need that overall vision. Obviously, if you're a content creator that's shooting photos and trying to show your photo work, you're not going to put like random photos up there because yes, in that case, Instagram reflects your portfolio of your work and you're using it as a tool to get business. So therefore it's almost like a mini little website for you. And in that case, yes, you still want to keep high quality, but I think this idea of like the perfect photo and the perfect feed are behind us. Now, a second really, I think, outdated thing that is no longer relevant for Instagram growth are giveaways. Let me explain, okay? Because I'm actually a fan of giveaways, but the giveaways that I'm talking about right now are the really spammy ones where you win a laptop or $1,000 and the photo is clearly like made on Canva or Photoshop and just posted on your feed and then archived. Those days are gone. That's just not a strategy anymore to grow. When I say giveaways, and especially when I talk to the creators in my community about how to use giveaways, for me, it's to give back to your audience, right? It's to give them back something. These are the people that are really supporting your business, right? So at Sidewalker, we do giveaways. We once gave away our entire course vault, okay? But our goal wasn't, hey, let's do this as an entire growth method. While yes, I'm sure we grew as a byproduct, it was really to give back to our audiences. So if you're doing giveaways, guys, make sure they're not spammy in nature. Do it with the intent of giving back to your audience or strategic partnerships. Maybe it's partnering with a brand to do a giveaway together versus like, you know, those giveaways that are super spammy and they're kind of like, you know, Amazon, I don't know. You guys, I think you know what I mean, right? Also, the giveaways you have to pay to enter. That was a crazy thing. I think Instagram has really like tightened up the ship on that. But those loop giveaways, there was giveaways where creators had to pay to enter in order to grow. Not only is this frowned upon and completely hurtful for your engagement and all of that, it's something that is definitely no longer being used. So let's not use giveaways in the shady way. Let's use them in the way to give back and show appreciation to our audiences. Now, a third outdated tip, and I wonder what you guys will think about this. I actually asked this question on our Instagram. I went up there and said, guys, I'm making a video. I would love some feedback. And someone mentioned this, and I kind of have to agree. Posting at certain times. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was like a lot of hoopla around making sure you post at like the perfect time, or like had to be 9 a.m. Eastern, or it had to be this time. Well, I think that people are now posting, you know, they've now posted a little bit more within a window of time. So I know here at Sidewalker, like we know if we post around this time, our audience is really active. So we tend to post around a certain time, but it's no longer like posting at these exact moments. I think that like energy is a little bit different now. People are a little bit more flexible and they're not posting every day, which is my fourth tip. This idea of having to post every single day a static photo is no longer the case. Instagram has given us so many ways to post, right? So of course the platform wants you to be on their platform and they want you posting, but it's no longer posting a photo a day. You know, now people are doing reels, they're doing stories, they're doing lives, they're doing posts. There's a mix of content that's going up. People don't have where it used to just be a photo, right? Just posting a photo. Now we have a variety of things. I have some creators that are posting reels, you know, all the time, and then maybe a static post on their feed, you know, that photo twice. They're really changing it up. And again, this is something that you as a creator have to figure out what works best for you. And a lot of the times that's through testing. So don't feel like you have to post every single day a photo on the feed in order to be relevant anymore. If you're gonna choose anywhere that you should be posting, definitely focus on Reels because that is where people are seeing the most growth. And if you feel stuck on Reels and you haven't figured it out and you want to post more, check out our Instagram Reels bootcamp. You are going to love it. It is a 2-hour training and is going to give you all the tech of what you need to know to be successful on Reels. So go ahead and check that out below. When it comes to growth, there are also super outdated tips. Now I know we talked about giveaway, like the shady ones, but also the follow unfollow method. This was huge about 5 years ago where people would just follow hundreds of people and unfollow them. Again, Instagram now has created limits so that you can't do that. And secondly, it's just not a good vibe anymore. Like this is just not a tactic that people are doing. You don't want to do that because for one, people kind of feel slighted. They're like, oh, this account followed me and then they unfollowed me. So it's like, are you having a bot? Are you doing this on your own? It just gives like a bad impression. So this is something that we definitely do not recommend at all in terms of growth. Again, we recommend a more natural way, a more intentional way, like using Reels and being really clear about your Reels to get that audience that you want to grow. And with growth, another big growth faux pas would be engagement pods. This is a super outdated tip. And anyone that's telling you this, like, please, just don't. We actually made a video a long time ago, I don't even know when, all about engagement pods to kind of give you our opinion. But obviously these are not good, strong, solid tactics to build a loyal following, especially for me working on the brand side. I know if you have the same 20 people commenting on all your posts, okay? We can tell. And also it's not doing you any favors because if a brand like me is going to pay you for content and you're actually not be able to bring any results because you're stuck in these engagement pods, it's gonna make you more insecure when you're pitching. As someone who is an expert on teaching creators how to pitch to brands, I'm going to tell you that insecurity and confidence is a big part of the pitching process. People who are confident and their pitches land them better. And a lot of times creators are insecure because they're in pods and because they're in other things. And they're like, oh, well, what if the brand hires me and I'm not able to deliver any results? If you're in that headspace, maybe it's because you've done these sort of tactics that have actually hindered you. Yes, they may have helped you, for short-term growth, but not long-term. And here at Sidewalker, we want to help our creators think long-term. My 7th outdated tip would have to be hashtags. And it's so sad to see them go, but alas, it is happening. Now, has this been a full-on removal of hashtags? No, but we're seeing a big decrease. People were posting so many hashtags in their content, and there were tips that, people were like, do I put it in the first comment? Does it go in the caption? Like, all of this stress around hashtags, I think, has just gone down. People are still using hashtags. They're being intentional with their hashtags, but it's not this overloading sense of like, okay, I need to have a certain hashtag strategy. Now, I will say Instagram did try to tell us not to use hashtags, right, as much, or to keep it to 3. And interestingly enough, I've had a lot of creators in my community be like, yeah, no, I'm gonna still use hashtags. And they're still seeing success, still using their hashtags. So just because a platform maybe tells you not to, or tells you to, you as a business owner, as a creator, have to test. Test with 3 hashtags, test with no hashtags, test with a bunch of hashtags, and see what the results lay for you. Another big trend that we saw a while ago that I think has really just, again, not happening, are these like short and witty captions. People were using their Instagram captions as a place to be like, feeling free as a bird, and like a little bird emoji, or like a little palm tree, or saying like witty little things, punny little things. I find that this is, again, the creators that are seeing the most success on their posts is when they're most vulnerable. I actually was on the phone with a client the other day, a creator client, someone that I do a business strategy package with. I work with her every week on her creator journey and helping her in all the things. And we talked about that. And I was like, well, what does best for you? And we went in and we looked at her account, and it was the content where she was vulnerable, where she was opening up, where she was really using her captions as a place to develop trust with her audience. So those one-liners and those short little things, they just don't do you any justice. People don't get to know who you are, and you're not able to stand out. So definitely use this real estate accordingly and use it as a space to really connect with your audience. Remember, when it comes to growth, it's not about the numbers that you have, it's about the people that are engaged with you and connect with you. That is really what you're looking for. Another outdated tip, which I actually find really spammy, is when people are tagging a whole bunch of other accounts to get their attention. Now, I understand if you're tagging reshare accounts because that's how the brands get to learn about you, but sometimes if you're tagging accounts that have nothing to do with the content, it just comes off as spammy. Or tagging brands in your stories, but like as invisible. These were tactics that creators were doing before. And while I could see, in 1 in a million, you're actually getting an opportunity to get in front of the brand, I would rather just pitch to that brand directly, or show them a really cool piece of content that you made for them, in a different way, tagging them in the caption, not like the invisible tags, especially if it's not related. Like if you're doing a piece of content, let's just say as a creator, and you're doing content, I don't know, about a water bottle, and you tag that water bottle company, that makes sense. If you're tagging like random, brands that don't have anything to do with that, that is spammy and no longer just frowned upon. So definitely don't do that. Now, if you've made it this far, you are in luck, because this to me is probably one of the most outdated tips. And by fixing it, just really clearly, you're going to be able to leverage so much when it comes to Instagram growth. So I think a really big outdated tip was using your name and just putting your name in your bio. Let me explain. This is the area of your profile, of your bio, that is search based, right? As a brand, I will go in and type in the word travel couple. Let's just say if I'm looking for a travel couple for one of my hotel clients, or I'll go in and look up certain keywords. By only putting your name there and not putting the keyword that you want to be identified with, you are losing out on a huge opportunity for search. Instagram is becoming more and more search based. They're tightening up their algorithm to really focus on search. So you want to make sure you use that area in your bio to find the keywords that you want to be associated with, right? I recently had an artist I was working with, and she just had her name there, which makes sense because it says name, but why not put the type of artist you are? So people who are looking for the types of products that you make, you're able to find them when they are searching. this is how you should be thinking. And of course, guys, if you need help one-on-one with me or someone on my team, I'll leave a link below to our coaching session so that you can work with us and we can help you figure out your Instagram strategy to bring you growth and all the things that you're looking for on the platform. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think of these outdated tips. Which one are you still doing, or are you gonna give up? If any, I would love to know. And if there are other outdated tips, please let me know. I could even make a part 2 of this video. So let me know in the comments if there's anything else that's really outdated that everyone in our community should learn about. Again, I want the comments place to be somewhere where we all learn and grow together. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.